The Evo Awards have just been decided. Mai's final thoughts, and we're going to get into Capcom Cup 11, the groups that are getting quite spicy. Welcome back to another episode of Double Tap. It is this February 17th, not December. I don't know where I got that from. However, I hope that you had a fantastic Valentine's Day, everybody. And my name is Static Gorilla, and you are?
Meza.
That's kind of sounded weird. It was acting like I was talking
like
to the audience.
No,
you are. Yeah. And I'm here with Meza, aka the guy who plays other fighting games, just like myself. But Meza, how's it going today? How you been?
Good, man. Lots of wind. I feel like
I got tossed around today. Yes. The Northeast has been dealing with a lot of like hurricane force winds, like 40 miles an hour. So, but we're gonna get right into it because without winds, we'll just be losing. So. That was a stretch. I'm sorry about the puns, guys. But first off, the main topic we want to talk about here was the Evo Awards and our impressions on the event. First off, did you see it?
Yeah, absolutely. I watched it with a group of people. I know, like you were out, so we would have did a thing. We would have did a thing. But honestly, overall, I liked it. I liked it for what it was worth, in the sense of like commemorating all the players, commentators, the moments. I liked it, but like I said, overall I liked it. Doesn't mean everything was great.
Right. I mean, I would say the same. I like that there was something commemorating, I guess, the year past, whether it came from Evo or from other events. Obviously, there were a couple other decidings. However, you did state players. I felt like it needed a bit more in the player realm, even though we did have best comeback and best up and comer, so to speak. Like we had Enzo and Noah up for debate. Noah ended up winning. Sorry, spoilers. But besides that, I mean, the awards themselves, there were pretty good speeches. Let me see here. I've been to some of Majin Obama's streams, and they're pretty funny. They're pretty chill. But man, was he brought the jokes, and I like that he wasn't like really teleprompter heavy. He was sort of like reading them and like, oh dear, I read it, But for me, I think like it's the same problem that I had with the Evo announcements, where it's like they're sort of like kind of insult my intelligence, so to speak. Sort of like as if like I'm a child watching the Evo Awards. I'm like, yo, just go along. If you got to use Evo, fighting game lingo, go ahead. It's cool. Just we're here. We're FGC. We know what's up.
I mean, honestly, okay. So like, I agree, but I also feel that it was nice to see the content creators get their shine too. I definitely think it was a little too much on these specific people, instead of adding a lot of the other content creators that have been around for a long time and been doing other content, still doing content till this year. I felt like it was even weird. This is no bias, just because I'm friends, but like Diaphone's done content. I know Chris G's done content. There's even other people outside of our scope. What's his name? Is like that something Keefe, I think it is, or something like that. Mighty Keefe. Mighty Keefe has done content.
He's done content similar to the guy that won not the best meme award. That guy, the IRL memes. They were pretty funny. Those were actually fantastic. But that would have been a spot for like Mighty Keefe or the other guy.
Just adding them in, right? That's really it. It doesn't have to be. It was just like 4 per category. It was kind of weird.
Yeah, and it was just to me, it felt a bit more of an insider thing, because there were so many like almost insider redundant and you know what? No, there were more redundant categories or spots. Yes. Like Yipes and Sajim. And granted, I'm glad that they all won in a certain category, but we had Hayao winning 4 was fine.
Okay,
but Sajim won many times. Yeah, Sajim won many times. Yeah. No, that part was probably the best part of what's it called? It was probably the best part of Evo. But something else that I did like was Frankie's speech on the Hayao win of the I guess the best match. Frankie was definitely like shouting out old grassroots and old places that are continuing to keep the Third Strike and classic games alive and arcades. Obama's speech was cool about winning his local series in Japan, and he was talking about how like without us, your games don't survive, basically, he was saying to like the devs. And it just felt very grassiest of roots. Then Tong's speech about him being it was very heartfelt, and him getting very emotional about the games and about all the players and about everything that's just goes into it all. I mean, I can't imagine how much emotion he displays it on his sleeve, But yeah, Sajam just won. And again, but I did like his speech that he said, I don't want to be the one who win next year. I hope it's somebody else. So I do give him credit for that.
That's never gonna happen. You're a content creator. I'm sorry. Shut up. Like that. Look,
damn,
that stuff. That stuff pisses me off. I get it. You want to support the scene, but like, take your credit where it's due. If you won that, saying like, "Oh, I hope I don't win next year. I want somebody else to," is almost like saying, "I'm taking myself out of the runnings." No, you can't do that. Unfortunately, that's not how awards ceremonies and nominees work. So like, yes, it should promote, hey guys, you should do more content. You should want to win this award, just like the VMAs. I mean, people don't put out music to not win, not make money. So yeah, essentially, I think it. Okay, let's just do it this way. Overall, what was good about Evo Awards? Let's just be honest. What was good? Like 5 things.
Yeah.
If there's 5
things.
Wait,
whoa.
Okay, let's just tell you can tell me your 5 things or 3 things. We'll do 3 things because 5 is kind of stretching it. Yeah. I'll go first. If you want.
I really liked the pre-show, even though I don't think it needed a pre-show. But for the fact that the pre-show did have my favorite part, which was the Marvel vs. Capcom 2 exhibitions, I thought they were fantastic. They showed exactly what I wanted to see, which is when it comes to those 4 players, which was Yipes, Sanford, Duck, and Justin, which were all 4 Evo champions, and they had an exhibition that they went perfectly as planned. Other things that I liked Tong's speech. There were people's speech that were genuine, that were actually part of the community. I wish it was more community based in the fact that it could highlight more in the community rather than highlighting the ones that are, I guess, that already sort of gotten there. It should be more of an expose, so to speak. Expose? No, that's terrible. It should be more of God, I hate using the word exposure, but like it should be more of a highlight. Yeah, I said that already. Yeah, so repeating. I'm redundant, just like Sajam's wins.
I mean, okay, so top 3 for me, if anything. Yeah, I think the pre-show was great. It gave me something to warm up to into the awards, kind of like a performance, which is cool. I definitely loved overall the presentation for what they were aiming for. I do think we need to go a little, like, I love that people can still dress the way they want to dress, but yeah, that's the thing. I like that people were dressing more up than down. Yeah. For certain people, Frankie, he dressed how he would dress, right? But it was still stylish, still cool. But then, you have Hayao who dressed very traditional, but still was very cool, And then you had Tasty Steve and, Rob TV. They had very nice outfits, very nice suits and ties, doing their thing. I get it. And I actually like the exhibitions to break up the awards, because then it didn't feel like you were force feeding me awards. So, yeah, I like that.
I'd agree only if there were more things to break up in the awards, because I felt like there was awards commercial, and very late were the City of the Wolves exhibition and some of the world premieres, So, but they did sprinkle it in between. But I just wish that if we're gonna put some stuff in between, that it's not something long. If we're gonna be an exhibition, make it just be 1v1 at that point. And pre-shows are fine with like what they did. I thought the pre-show was great, except for the guy with the 90s camera. For some reason, somebody was like tilted with the camera lens, and it just felt like I was in the 90s all over again in like a WWE promo. All right, sorry, I'm not trying to be this biggest negative Nancy here, but I mean, Rob TV at the start, I'm gonna go right into the negatives for me. Rob TV at the very start says the FGC the FGC has gotten so much bigger to this point, and I'm like, big. We're still the small. We still feel small when we're not the ones that are like. For instance, if I had gone to Evo Awards, would I have been able to get in? How was I able to get in? Was there anybody able to get in? Was it an event for just a few folks? Like, I don't know how the event was, or I don't even remember if there was anything that said, "Hey, come out to Evo," or you have Evo Awards, or is it going to be next year like a bigger arena awards ceremony, like for everybody to be there? Like I don't feel like it was very inclusive of the FGC, in my opinion.
I heard that there was some people there that weren't like big, names or anything like that. It was just normal casual people. So I don't think it was sealed off, but I don't know what the entry would have been to get in.
Right. And that's my thing. Like, you would have had, it just felt like it was everybody else in like productions, or I don't know. That's just me spitballing. And then for him to say that it's so big now, and I'm like, we're still trying. However, like, we're still trying to get, I guess you could say, big, but just having an award show doesn't make it feel big. We're not. I don't think we're. It would be more of a award show if we were expanding upon how much of a scope or a scale we're actually looking to get these awards. Like, maybe an award for best match at Frosty Faustings, best match at this tournament, best match at that tournament, best more player stuff, man, not just memes. And it feels like we were just voting on memes. Sorry, I'm just going. But despite that, other maybe some other things. What was it? I thought we're gonna talk about the exhibition, the one that happened with City of the Wolves. We're gonna talk about that later with our impressions of the game. But I just think that it was a bit boring for Punk to be playing there. But anyway, it doesn't matter.
I would say
it was boring.
I do agree. The camera work, so hands off, the camera work was a little shoddy. Not sure what they were doing, considering it's Sony production, right? I would imagine it's Sony production. And it felt a little just unprofessional at times, and then professional at times. It's on and off. I love that they had a teleprompter and stuff like that, but I do love that they could go off the beaten path and nobody was really pressing them. That's a good thing. But
granted, yes. The pre-show was the one that had that camera. I think it probably had a gimbal.
You're crazy.
The rest of it was pretty
if you
good.
Thought that you didn't see that in the award ceremony. Man, when I tell you they were shaking, I was getting pissed. I was like, can we just hold the camera in one spot and just static? I don't understand.
Hi, that's me. No, and then you could hear a lot of background talking. Like, if you had like headphones on, you can hear a lot of background talking on the side.
There was somebody who walked across the camera.
Oh yeah, that was in the pre-show like 4 times.
Come on, like, what are we doing? So,
but no, go ahead. You said, and I cut you off.
Yeah, but I do feel that the biggest problem they had, and I will agree, is the categories were kind of like repetitive. It was. I was like, didn't we just see this? Like, it was to the point where we got halfway through the show and we were like, did they repeat this category? Where it's best duo commentator, cool. Best commentator. Cool.
Best commentary moment, and then there was like best commentary duo or best commentator. I know it's just like just folks from that did commentary at Evo. Like,
the one that threw me off was, so they had best custom hardware, and then they had what is it? The
best tech.
What?
Yep.
Like, tech of the year. It's like, aren't those kind of like, I get it, that is not the same, but it's kind of like a same category, man. Almost.
If you were there, if you were nominated for best dressed, I would have voted for you.
Invitational of the year. How do you even judge that? What you're gonna say? Twitch rivals. That's not anything that Maximilian put together. There's only so many invitationals, and I felt like, okay, well, Sajin was definitely going to win. He went outside the normal scope of setting up something that was huge, right? For fighting game players and more people outside of that scope. So obviously he was going to win. I don't have a problem with him winning, but I'm just like, that's such a weird category. And okay, I'll say what me and Dre talked about. If you guys don't know, Crash Tag. We talked about this a little bit.
He's not here, by the way.
We talked about it a little bit, and our biggest problem was it kind of felt like this is for the homies.
Right.
Like, exclusively, like, if you look at the categories, there's some few that were obviously can't be the homies, but it definitely felt like it was catered to certain players and degree of players. And it felt kind of elitist, like the VMAs a little bit. So, yeah, I mean, it's an award ceremony. It's the red carpet for Evo. I get it. I'm not going to complain about that.
They can say that we all did get to vote and decide. But at the same time, was it the FGC that really got to vote? Or was it because, I mean, obviously, Justin and Sajam don't necessarily have just FGC viewers. They get plenty amount of viewers that are watching them on the regular that aren't necessarily FGC. What is his name? Maximilian as well, dare I say. You know, people just like fighting game content.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, you let FGC, you did an invitational, I'll say it again, invitational of the year, Sajam Tekken Slam. FGC content of the year, Sajam Tekken Slam. Come on, dude. What are we doing here? Because I'll be honest with you.
Yeah.
I thought best content creator of the year shouldn't have been Sajam.
Right.
I thought it was Diaphone at least.
Yeah. He's puts out educational videos about the game. And even Brian F., who had a really short stint with his latest podcast video series, whatever it is.
You didn't even put Maximilian in there.
Nah, he doesn't want to be.
It's not a matter of wanting to be. Who nominated them? Did we just randomly say these are the people who got nominated because we chose as a community, or because Maximilian would have definitely been chosen?
Even for them to not have Justin Wong's Next Up in there was kind of atrocious.
Yeah. I don't know,
but only have his Marvel vs. Capcom 2 videos in there. It was, I don't know.
His Third Strike stuff was great. I mean, his Alpha, all old school play. Look, I'm just saying, expand, right? I get it's the first one. They don't want to do too much, do too little, mess up anything. Yeah. But realistically, you have the option to do this. Should I? I mean, I don't know, man.
No, you're right. But it is also their first one. And granted, they have a lot to learn. I'm sure they're already learning from when they learned enough to change the one, what is it, best local to best online local versus best offline local. So they actually changed that about a week later. So that is obviously that they're listening and or watching a bunch of different things. However, this does bring us to our first break and our first poll question. Would you watch Evo Awards in 2026, reflecting on the year 2025? Let us know wherever we put the poll out, and we will get your answers on the next show. With that in mind, did you have anything else to add about your impressions on the Evo and thoughts on the event?
I don't think it should go away. I think it should come back, but I think they should just do something a little bit bigger. I think the pre-show was cool, but they need more performances. And we have a lot of great music artists and theatrical artists, or maybe have a cosplay thing in between. I don't know. But like a cosplay show or whatever. We just need something more than just... It's just like the VMAs. You got to have a performance, man. You got to break it all up.
I'd agree. A final thought would be like, have it be more of a production of that sort rather than an FGC production.
Oh yeah, if we're gonna do nominees, utilize all of the community, not just the ones you see that are big names only, really.
Or but like again, have like TV directions type deal, because hard stop, like all of those type of things that they do. But again, not to take away from their good production, because I'm sure Tong might have had a hand in there, or Spooky, or all of the above. However, that is going to lead us to our first break. We're going to be right back with some more community feedback and some details about the exhibitions. We did get a little bit, but we're going to go even deeper. All right, 1 second. We'll be right back. All right, thank you, and welcome back. We see that we are all still here. Meza, thanks for coming back.
Unfortunately. No, I'm just
kidding. No, what do you mean? No,
because the topic we have to talk about next is the question of the week from last week.
What's wrong with that? Oh, Multiversus. Yeah. So the question of the week, that was you. Go.
Yeah, sorry. If you had full control over the game's direction, what's the first change you'd make? We asked you guys this question last week. We did get a few responses back. Of course, this is pertaining to Multiversus. What could you do to change it? What could you do if you had full control? And Gimgaman said, my first order would be to do something the stores. I'd just have one basic currency and one premium currency to avoid confusion. And next would be more official support for tournaments and events. With that, I think we'd have something that could hold the momentum it did have. I think that's good. I think that's a good start, right? Good starting point. B+_+ said, I would open the full roster for online play to let people play who they want to online, sell the skins, and don't hold back on the fun. That is called proper service when it's live servicing. I agree with that.
Yeah. I surely hope somebody cracks open the game. You know?
Yeah.
It's like Slippy in there.
I mean, I think it was a great / terrible failed experiment. I think they had the right idea, terrible execution, and I think if you wanted to really fix it, I think the route is live servicing, right? Live servicing, but you can't live service the characters. You have to live service skins like Brawlhalla did. You have to, give people the characters essentially, and then do these creative skins, or do what Smash did. Just make the characters DLC in a pack. Buy them together for like $15.
I think this is also a problem with digital as well, because not everybody, I mean, if they had a physical copy, they can play it all that you want. They wouldn't have to. I mean, that's the problem. That's what we're having with Melee now, and people are still, but also people are playing on Slippy. But like Melee, Brawl, all of them have a hard copy. I mean, again, you're paying for the game. This was a free game, so again, that's something else that they were. Yeah. So we did want to get into some of the exhibitions. We talked a little bit about and the announcements that we saw at Evo Awards as well. Marvel 2, we did speak a little bit about. That was one of my favorite parts. But how did you enjoy the exhibition matches, specifically Sanford's Rage?
First off, spoilers, guys. If you didn't watch it, I'll give you a second.
Go catch that.
Yeah, Yipes winning. Okay. Perfect for me. I'm glad he won. I thought Justin was going to win, to be honest. I was kind of rooting for him because he does play the low tier team out of all of everybody there.
Low tier?
Yeah, his team is low tier shit. All right, because he has Cyclops.
Storm, Sentinel, Cyclops? No, if you have Sentinel on your team, you're already like God tier.
But like, look at everybody's team. Okay, maybe no, because Duck's team is broken in its own right. It's still broken.
Yeah, but he never got a chance to even move.
I wonder if he just hasn't been playing as much.
No, he has. He's apparently one of the only couple warlords in the game online.
I guess it's kind of hard to play against really, really high level Evo champions.
Yeah, I mean Sanford started Sentinel and a couple times, and then Justin started, I believe, Sentinel. Yeah, for Sentinel, Storm, Cyclops. So the Yipes did want to play Duck, however, so that would have been a cool set. But I think, all right, so I was at the restaurant with my friend, celebrating my friend's birthday. My friend Ron next to me had the stream up, and I had to tell him I don't want to watch anymore because I was yelling. When I saw Duck do he did the alpha counter into punish, I was like, oh my God. I'm in there like, oh, and then I was like, no, you have to turn it off. You have to stop. You have to turn it off. Because, oh man.
I truly felt the pain on Yipes' face when he was like, come on, Sanford, you lost.
Oh my God. Yeah.
And Sanford was like, no, I'm not going to take it like that. No, bro, you pressed hard. I could have definitely done something. It's like,
if you missed out, every time that Yipes would mash the hailstorm from Storm, he would apparently his hands hit the touchpad. I guess they were playing on PlayStation, so they would hit touchpad. Lock. And that'll, I know.
Put the lock on, guys. Yeah. I don't understand. We don't have lock buttons still. I thought that's what we did.
Maybe if he's still using a full hammer, maybe not. But he's mashing, and then there goes the button. However, he did it once, and usually they're gentlemen agreements. They're not going to be like, "Oh, start, I take the match." No, but there was one part where I slowed it down. Sanford was blocking, and then it unpaused. I guess he took his hand off the stick, and then when the pause unpaused, he got hit by the hailstorm, and then stopped playing.
That's player problematic. Like, I'm sorry, I'm not gonna stop holding down back just because I saw start screen come up. I'm not gonna like, oh no, we've played these games long enough. So that's, I mean, it's just it's a classic. I felt like it wouldn't be classic in VC2 unless some nonsense like this happened.
Oh my God, blue screens happen all the time.
So
I mean, the gentleman agreement basically was they did the rematch of the match, but I mean, Yipes wiped the floor with them, and then they were still salt. And like Yipes was even like, stop, calm down. I don't want to talk to you for a second. Like while we're doing the match.
No, Yipes said something and walked off. Was like,
he said, that's it, GG.
He's like, it wasn't gonna change the difference. That I was still gonna bust that ass, basically. And I was like, yes, Yipes, yes, bring back the old school. And look, if you guys don't know, MVC2 brings out the worst in people. It definitely does. Even if you're not trying to be a competitor, you're like, oh, this is bullshit, right?
I cannot wait for Evo, man. I can't wait I want to see and hear all the thuggery.
That was like the highlight towards what to expect to see. That's kind of like the old school grassroots feel. Aside from them not hitting the deck, I know we are older now, so hitting the deck is like, I hit the deck, I don't get back up from the deck. So it's cool. But no, I definitely love the story that played out. I was expecting Justin to kind of make that run back, because that's what we bet our money on Justin very often, considering Justin's so consistent, right? 7-time Evo champion. So
jeez.
Yeah. So the thing is, watching Sanford do that comeback, and he kind of dominated Justin, I'm gonna be honest. Like, I don't like that they did 2 out of 3 though. For winners and losers finals, I don't think it would have been that long. For how the games are going, I thought it was very good. If anything, they should have did the last set was a 3 out of 5, because what we're going to get into next kind of makes me a little mad.
What's that?
It's City of the Wolves.
Uh-oh. What has bothered you about the Wolves of the City?
I thought...
But Punk's match was mad boring.
He played Mai.
He played
Street Fighter 6. I could care less, dude. I'm gonna be honest. Like, no offense to Punk, he is a great player. You could see he held his own against Arsenal and Ash, which I even called it when I was sitting there. I was like, Arsenal and Ash. I made $10 off of that, my bad. I was like, Arsenal and Ash. Arsenal and Ash is AA. You know, AA is basically an SNK player. He plays KOF. They do that in Pakistan. That's a thing, right? So my thing is, Punk really doesn't play KOF games. And this is the closest of a blend.
He's transitioned to other games pretty well.
No, he has. But this is a blend of Street Fighter and KOF, but not Street Fighter 6.
Well, that's why I was looking forward to the Reynolds match, because I wanted to see someone who is very well versed in the game and understands the new system. I'm not saying that Punk doesn't, but I don't know how much time he had. I don't know if he even played. Like, they probably had setups in the back, of course. But like, I wanted to learn more about the drive, the drive meter. Is it whatever their gauge is now? The rev meter.
The rev.
Yeah. I really want to see, and so I did like the Reynolds Vox match, but again, Reynolds was using a character that was just announced, and apparently they were playing behind the scenes a little bit more. But character was just announced. It was Kane, right?
Kane.
Was there Kane? Kane. Even better. Maybe he has a legacy. I don't know.
Oh, he is a legacy character in Garou. So Garou.
I don't think you caught the joke, but I'm sorry.
Shut up. Kane's legacy.
So legacy of Kane, yeah. So what I'm saying is, I think I wish he would have maybe picked a different character, not just because Reynolds lost. Reynolds is a crazy KOF player, but you know, I it was a little bittersweet because I do like Vox, and I was trying to learn Vox, so I'm trying to see what he's
cool.
about.
Arsenal Ash played Vox, played the hell out of Vox. He does big damage, lots of pressure strings that are plus, it seems, or we just don't know. But here's the thing.
Yep.
That was kind of like Reynolds playing Kane was kind of like a, hey guys, you're gonna see what's still in the game, but you're also gonna see how annoying and frustrating this character is. So he reminded us this character was broken in Mark of the Wolves. Hey, he looks pretty broken in City of the Wolves. So I'm totally 100% behind this play. And he was showing cancels. He was showing a lot of the things that were prior into Mark of the Wolves. So I love that aspect. But the one thing I will say is that match was very, very good. Even though Reynolds lost, Arslan said, in the back, he beat me like 40-10. So, because they played a lot before that, he said. And he was like, yeah, they played matches was 40-10, and Arsenal Ash was the one who did not have the upper hand. So going into this, I think it was just like a tournament mode. And I think Rano wasn't in tournament mode. He was just in like have fun mode. And Arsenal was like, oh, I'm fighting for my life out here because it's KOF, right? So like, no, I enjoyed it. I think there was a lot to learn from that. I'm not going to harp on what to look for, but if you want to gain some knowledge outside of watching other videos who might break stuff down, that was such a good, well-rounded way to look at the matches. And yeah, I didn't like that they put Punk there because he's not really a big KOF player. When you had Xiao Hai there, I think he was there. So it was like...
Not that, you hadn't even had Hellpoxes there. Or like, even Max. Somebody.
Could have just had somebody else who was a little bit... But I get it. You're trying to cater to the Evo champions and, and all that stuff.
You want to bring it into everybody. Everybody can play. Yes.
Yeah.
More power to that.
I didn't like that his match was 2 out of 3.
Okay.
Because there's only 3 people. They should have just did the 3 out of 5.
I did because it was getting late for me.
I was
watching like a replay. You're right.
That's your problem. Right. This was an awards ceremony.
I'll be honest, it did go a little long in my opinion. But it was also on the West Coast.
True.
With that, however, there were announcements. Still no Ronaldo announcement.
Good.
Whatever. But we got a announcement. But let's stick with the announcements for the DLC of the City of the Wolves. However, we did get it leaked a little bit earlier in that day. Was it that morning or was it I believe the day before?
It was that morning, I believe. I think it was the day before. Day before.
So the Kane trailer dropped, and then afterwards there was also, and we obviously as we talked about it, we did see the his trailer, and then we saw the gameplay. But even after the trailer, we saw all of the DLC topics, like the Fatal Fury costume for Terry, Fatal Fury 2 Terry. And then we got the Season Pass DLC characters. Starting with hair short Andy Bogard. And we already knew about Ken. That was revealed a couple of months ago. Joe Higashi with glasses on. Full-eyes Joe Higashi. He always wears glasses?
Yeah, he just doesn't wear them in battle. He takes them off.
Okay. Unless maybe it's just a thing that what's her name? What's the one that his protege? Yeah, Preacher. Maybe she taught him, wear your glasses in the fight. And
no.
Now he can actually hit something. I don't know. Chun-Li in the winter. No, I mean, that's expected. We were expecting her already. And who's Mr. Big? He's just a guy showing up in 2026?
No, man.
Okay.
So Mr. Big has had showcasing in other KOF variations of the games.
Okay.
He was, I believe his first showing was 98. Or 96. Yeah. So okay. Mr. Big's like I really like, people like this character. I don't care for him, but people like him. I don't know why. I couldn't tell you. But he's the art of fighting original boss character. So
right.
Yeah, he's kind of like a nice addition to City of the Wolves.
Okay.
What they'll make him play like, I don't know. But he always has these like two. He's kind of like Eagle. Like he has the Tompas kind of like Eagle, but it's two clubs. There's 2 clubs. So he's going to probably hit you with a club and you're probably going to be like, oh, that hurt. He usually does stand in the background of like 98 or UM and stuff like that when you're fighting characters like Geese and whatnot. Well, that's because you can have them on the team, but it looks really cool.
Yeah, I can't wait to see what other, I mean, I don't know if this is a full roster.
But, this is just season 1 for now.
Right. I don't know if the full roster has been revealed either because we still haven't gotten that Ronaldo reveal. But again,
let's say the most important thing. First off, their time frame for dropping characters, both Ken and Andy in summer.
That's cool.
Fall, we're getting another character like each, and that's really cool to me because here's what this tells me: that they've already prepped these characters and they've already planned to drop them. At least right around the corner, right? But they're also free with the base game. Whole DLC roster will be free.
Where did you see that?
Yeah, it's on Twitter, dude. Where you been?
Oh, okay.
All free.
Hey, listen, cool. All right, dope.
I mean, free is good. KOF having free. Well, sorry, not KOF, but City of Wolves, Fatal Fury having free characters. There's something that's great behind it. Maybe you'll pay for the costumes or something for them. That's good live servicing, right? That's what we're talking about.
Yeah. No, hey, listen, it's news to me, and I'll take it. With that, also there were announcements for Uni. That was regarding a guy named Ogre. Again, I don't know Uni lore, but he looks very Hazama-like. And he reminds me of Hazama, maybe because of his hat, but Hazama was more of a keep away guy. This guy looks like he's all up in your face. What's wrong? What do you got to say?
I mean, no, you're not wrong. Everybody was saying it the night of. They're like, it's like Hosma, bro. It's like Hosma. And I think it's because of the kick combos that he has. He's just suave, man. He's so cool as hell.
I'll tell you exactly who he looks like. He reminds me immediately of Hazama's look, but Valkenhein's kit.
Oh, okay, that's cool. Yeah, I like that. I like that statement. Dude, he's so cool, man. I'm sorry. Cool. I don't really care for Under Night as much, like in a sense of like, I can't wait to play Under Night, right? But I loved commentating it. I love the concept of the game. I like French bread games when they do them right. But this character he's stylish, man.
Right. And then he turns into a demon and punches you. But yeah, he is just on top of homies. But when does he come out? I believe. Let me see. I'm getting these details right now.
I believe they said February 20th.
February 20th. Oh, this Thursday. Oh, by the way, that's the same day as the beta for City of the Wolves. Go ahead and check that out as well. So a lot of stuff coming through. But we're still not done yet. I do believe there was some other announcements. Grand Blue Fantasy versus... they are not yet done. That game is still going strong. I thought they were going to be done with the last characters, to be honest. Especially from Evo
have money. Yeah, they did the game right for a revamp, a rebirth. This is just basically Grand Blue Fantasy versus Rebirth. I don't even want to call it Rising. It's Rebirth, man. They did it.
So, Character Pass 2 teaser was like, it wasn't even a teaser. It was just like, hey, let's just show them what's up. We did get the announcement back at Evo that we were getting new characters, I do remember. However, they just started blasting. We've got, I don't know if I can say his name pronounced correctly. What was the first guy?
So it's Sandaphone. Sandaphone. Wow. I had it in my head.
He looks very cool.
You should be able to say the second one.
Sandalphon. There we go. Yeah, I guess. And they're showing all of the nice artwork of everything. A Galleon, right?
Yep.
My goodness. She's like related to Mai, I think, no? Wilness, that's pretty cool. And then we've got Meg.
Yeah, super simple.
And she has sharks.
Oh man,
so is this like Megalodon, right?
Nah, dude, I'm calling it Jeff. That's Jeff, bro. Watch, you're gonna hear it. Why does she have just the tightest underwear? She's in. What is happening, bro? Like, we in the phase of like now we're just fan servicing? This is crazy. You got all these guys that look, pretty normal, and a girl that's cat ears.
Wasn't gonna mention it, but
nah, bro.
Cheeks were involved. And then Ilsa, I believe that's an Iosa. She looks pretty cool.
She has.
I don't know what she has guns. Okay,
that's all that matters.
I don't know her kit, but they show all the little arts in between, like on the side, concept arts, which is pretty cool.
Do you think that's a really cool way to do it nowadays? Because I personally remember back in the day, they would kind of just announce that a character's coming and show like a little like picture or like a silhouette, kind of like they did with KOF 15. Yeah. I feel like this is the one time I'm like, you know what? We need to do something creative, and I like that they did it this way because I'm kind of intrigued because of the artwork more than anything.
Yeah, I think maybe I don't know who's been doing it. Was it Street Fighter that's been doing it? Maybe, but like Grand Blue started doing this. I mean, they show spring and then summer and fall and early 2026. So Sound Alphon, by the way, is coming out the 26th. So I believe that's next Wednesday.
How I don't understand. We have so many fighting game things happening. And it feels like it felt like the most dry season. The most dry season, but it's not.
It's first quarter, man. You got to get those games in.
They got to make that money. That's what it really is.
Got to get that vehicle. Let me stop. Sorry, too much Marvel Rivals. But and so I get what you're saying about like showing us all the characters and that's pretty cool and all. My gripe. It's not even a gripe. It's just have maybe a day. When you say certain, what's it called? I'm sorry. When you say certain seasons, you have the potential to do them a little bit later in that season. Like, you don't have they probably have a hard stop on when they want to release these characters. But again, it's sort of like, I'm not a developer myself. I don't know how hard it might even be to actually get them to a certain date. So
it can be hard.
Maybe I'm just used to other games having like a character every month once they have like their season pass out. I don't know.
Well, okay.
What do you think?
Keep in mind, Valve has done the justice to saying if you're going to put a game out on Steam, you have to show your DLC before release, right? If it's tied together. So this is also a way of, it's not even combating the people who are like, is this a leak? Haha, leak. It's like, no. We know, that's fine. We don't care. We still have to reveal it regardless because of Steam. And I personally don't care for that anymore because we do have to move on. But I don't care for that anymore. Yeah. I really wish data miners would just stop, or at least companies would stop putting the data onto the to the server of wherever the character the game is, just don't put it on there until like a week before. And the reason why I say this is because I love being surprised. I miss those days where you can be at a venue and at an event it might be this character, but you don't know, right? It could be any character. And then you just see it's like when Sagat was released for Street Fighter 4. And we're like, oh, it's Sagat. I don't even care about Sagat. I was still hyped, right?
The G trailer was kind of cool too. I'm not gonna lie.
No, he was cool. That was a Street Fighter 4 Sagat that was cool. Street Fighter 5, I didn't care.
Okay.
But I'm just saying that element has been gone.
So I do want to get into our next topic. However, just want to touch on some of the last announcements that were at the Evo Awards in regards to Evo as well. Water stations, apparently, arena finals, more seats, ticketed event, extended lineup. They did announce the last 3 games, which would be Samurai Showdown, Guilty Gear Xrd, and Capcom vs. SNK 2. I bet specifically because the game is coming out later this year. However, for no Marvel 3, I'm very upset. But that will move on. Life moves on. What can I say? With that being said, Hunter x Hunter also have a little bit of some trailers there, but I mean, I don't know. Anyway,
Nen X Impact, Hunter x Hunter, whatever you want to call it.
Did I say Hunter x Hunter? My bad.
No, it's the same thing.
That game, it's not ringing any bells for me.
I mean,
it should. Maybe I play it and it's a very Marvel-esque game. I don't know.
It's kind of had a weird time because it's in July. The release date is July 17th, which is its new date because they originally had to push it, delay it. But 2XKO is probably right around that corner, so I foresee if you invest in this game, that's cool, but expect it to kind of like get blown out if 2XKO is right around the corner even if it's next year, early winter. So.
All right, so moving on from Evo, just wanted to also remind that all those hotels deals are up and registrations are up apparently as well on their sites. So plan to see you there. Some of us will be there indefinitely. Meza.
Yeah.
My impressions have been, by the way, before moving on about my impressions and our information and closing out about her in the last couple of weeks, we do want to thank Gengaman and anybody else that did come through while we were having our My sessions. Thank you guys for showcasing us. We had a bunch of first to fives, having a bunch of fun. I lost a bunch, whatever. It happens all the time, as you know, if you listen to TNS. But we had a good time. We were getting the groove on, and even Dre's liking Mai. How do you like Mai? What are your impressions about this fan-throwing Femme Fatale?
I play the game now. No, I mean, outside of that,
we've played twice in the last 2 weeks.
I know, right? I've been showing up. It's crazy. It's just support your locals, guys. I like her a lot. I think she is average as a character. Okay. I think when she's in her install, as long as she has those 6 fans, she is kind of annoying. She is really strong. I wouldn't say she's like S tier, but she definitely levels up quite a bit. Maybe an A tier. But overall, I feel like she's fun to play, which I feel like she's checked that box. I feel like she's not really beating every character in the game, but overall I like her kit, right? So she has from Ryunbu, which she feels anime. I'll put it that way. First off, she has moves such as some other characters like Akuma, where if the character's crouching, you can't use your heavy Ryunbu to launch them in the air, so you have to go a different route, usually elbow or the medium Ryunbu into elbows. Like there's a lot of different nuances to her that make her probably really technical and fun for most people, which I do think she is technical and fun. Or you could just dumb it down with her. You could just be like, crouch, medium punch, super, heavy punch, drive rush, super. She has these simple playstyles, but if you want to get really grimy and nasty, you start learning all her fan stuff. That's where I feel like she excels with the technicality, where she becomes a really fun character and people want to play her in that element.
Right. This is definitely her opening tool or open up tool, because a lot of people just panic when they see the fireball above them and they just want to either drive rush, or I've done a time where I tried a super like level 1 and I still get hit by the fireball, by the fan falling, because it's a fireball. Again, the super ones aren't invuln fireballs. So like those sort of decision making is definitely what those fireballs sort of her fans sort of engage with the players. So yeah, character is kind of nuts. I think.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's just like I said, it's the flame. When she has the install on, like she can use level 2 to go through fireballs. She can't do that normally, so she requires a lot of management
and knowledge.
Knowledge and management for sure. Because I definitely feel when I play her, I'm like, oh, I've never fought this character. Do I just impose my will onto them? And when I try, sometimes I'm just like, I can't. I have to like play maybe hard neutral, right? So I think she has good neutral buttons. I think she can play neutral. She's not better than the best neutral character. Like best characters with neutral buttons are great, like Luke and Akuma. Those characters give her trouble, but I think she handles some other characters fairly well. I don't think she handles Jury very well, but I want to say that's time will tell. We've seen a lot of top players playing Mai in place of other characters or in matchups, and then they kind of go back to their main. I don't know if it's just a phase right now because she's still early. Because I saw Nephew was playing her at one point.
Was Shine?
Shine is full on.
He's
fully committed. I mean, he's still probably gonna play Kimberly, but I think Kimberly sucks ass right now, and I think she's like, if you're gonna play Kimberly, you might as well just play Mai.
I hard disagree about Kimberly being bad, but this is about Mai. With Kimberly not having an OD reversal, it really allows for people to have some sort of just like nutty shenanigans while you're trying to meteor, and people will press buttons on your on weird buttons, especially on wake up. Yeah, so that was just, and then having the crouch medium kick me plus, and we've had this conversation.
Yeah, but it's just she does lead her combo routes are pretty easy to get to. She has some of the easiest confirms in the game, next to like
Kim?
Maybe. Oh no.
Mai.
Versus like where you got Terry, where his confirms are just as easy too. So they kind of made these newer characters a little bit easier. But this is also kind of that talk about like, did they make more Shoto characters? And I feel like Mai's kind of like just another pseudo Shoto. I wouldn't say she's full on, but she has a lot of those tools.
Yeah, I think that EX Fireball or D Fireball is probably one of her best tools, especially with how just using it and she can move almost immediately. Even like pressing the button is almost instant afterwards. So I think she's very impressive when it comes to having that level 1 activated. Besides that, I don't know. I don't think she's like a glass cannon either. So she's right down the middle. I don't like her light kick DP is just it's so bad. Like I could tell when I could first combo. I couldn't combo off of like empty jump, crouch, light kick, crouch, jab, DP, and I was like, that is awful.
You shouldn't be doing that.
No, you should be doing elbow immediately.
Elbow's just the best answer for everything.
Yeah. But then you also have to confirm off of it, because if you just do it like, oh man, he blocked, and then did the button. That's why you shouldn't use Fierce as your punish or as just a whiff punish, because you have to hard commit to any cancel you make or commit to drive rush.
It's okay, man. Just do EX elbow. Yeah. Everybody just blocks it and then doesn't know how to punish it.
That is also true. Or the spin move.
It's the hit stop.
When or even heavy spin move when they're crouching and then it whiffs their head and they're like, wait, I can't block. Oh, I got hit. Then
anime.
So yeah, true. And also back roundhouse is pretty cool. I like that button. Yeah. Force stance. And it's a good anti-air if you don't want to commit to DP. But it has to be done like a little bit before, because it's about like 11 frames, I think. No. It's a 9-framer. Yeah. The 14 frame button is stand heavy kick normal, but it's still kind of pretty good. It's a good crush counter move. Yes, or punish counter.
I think the thing that's also not talked about very much, but it's kind of getting a bit more buzz, is her target combos. They're really good.
Yeah, in the corner you can combo into super.
Yeah, I think there's not many great target combos in the game that like kind of go, ooh, you get a lot off of this. Like Luke's target combo is pretty bad. Jamie's target combo is really good. But then there's like other characters, like Ken has target combo that's kind of normal, medium heavy, but his other one, the double kicks are kind of bad. I kind of think they're kind of whack.
I didn't test it, I don't recall, but I think you can do certain moves that does a juggle, and then you can just go into, like if you're in the corner, do the back roundhouse target combo into super in the corner.
You can definitely do that.
Or maybe even EXDP if you're in the corner close enough, So I think those are pretty cool. Terry has really like fantastic
too many
target combos as well.
He has too many.
Like, yeah. So I mean, I think that's pretty cool.
Mai does get level 2 when she's flamed up. She does get level 2 super if you push them to the corner, which is mid screen or a little bit more. She does get level 1 into it, which I think is amazing. That kind of almost omits using her level 3 because it does more damage. She can get 6.3k off of it. So do I think the character, like I said, is good? I think she's okay. When she has her stocks. She kind of becomes a really scary character because now you have to play a different style of the game where she kind of keeps getting to play the same style just with better tools. And with that being said, I definitely think Mai has, I wanted to just say, her target combo, her light kick target combo, it's really abusable. There's only very few things that can punish it. And if you're not playing the right character, you can't. So.
No, yeah. Hey. You're right. I mean, you're using her. I have some ideas, but we did ask our listeners in our poll of the week last time, where do you expect Mai to fall in the tier list? 30% said top. Who cares? Oh wait, and I'm sorry. Let me go. It's too late now, right? 15% of you said who cares? She's fun. And a whopping 55% said she's mid.
I don't disagree. She is mid, man. She is, and I'm playing her, and I still think she's fun. But she is mid.
Yeah, mid tier. So she's a. Where would you put? B+, B-, A-?
I think she's a solid B-. Okay. She just has too many a lot of problems outside of install. So her flame install.
Still be normal. Yeah, I'd say. One of my favorite drive impacts, by the way. She goes pretty far.
Yeah,
it's pretty cool. All right. So that is I guess you could say you're a fan of Mai. Sorry.
I'm not going to say what I was thinking. That's bad.
Low hanging fruit.
Can't say that.
Fruit. Okay. But while we go and wash Mez's brain during the second,
she's my girl. There we go. Okay, I said it. All right.
Okay, great.
I'll give you a nice one.
I thought you were gonna be telling me a terrible joke.
No, I was gonna say,
but that was pretty good. Not gonna lie. We are gonna take our second break here. We'll be right back with some more news in regards to the Capcom Cup 11 group. So stay tuned. We'll be right back. And we are back here for our last segment of this evening. We are going to cover the Capcom Cup 11 groups. Capcom Cup is about 2 weeks away, right in the start of March. So. We did get I believe it was sort of just a random sort of determination of the different groups that we're getting. And I believe they are 8 groups. Let me get my Liquipedia, by the way, has all of the stuff you need about the Capcom Cup groups. But we're going to cover them. And especially we also saw this graphic that has each player's characters added to the list. Yes, group A through H, which is actually 8 groups. Full of 6 different players from around the world that has been able to qualify for Capcom Cup. Man, Capcom Cup is always stacked, man. Like you get so many people that are not in there that you're surprised or haven't made it. So like you know your ending walkers, which we talked about before, and all of that. But what is the most? I think we want to start off with like who has the most stacked group.
Okay, who has the most stacked group? Okay,
yes,
you go first because I already know mine. And I've said it.
So again, I feel as though Group F is going to be a banana sandwich. That's just one. That's just one.
No. Is that your top one? Is that your top one?
That's the one that sticks out, I would say.
That's crazy.
I'd say it sticks out because you have, if you're ready, I don't know if you've looked them up, but if you're listening, we have Big Bird, who is obviously Evo contender. He was second place. He's been second place twice in his life at Evo, unfortunately. But Oil King also, Shan, who dominated last year with DJ, by the way. Velorio, who I don't know, Yurio Velorio, but he's obviously European. A Ken, Akuma, and Kami player. Okay. Just a Kid, who I didn't even know qualified, with Rashid and Jury, and Lashar. Okay. And Lashar with the very strong Ed, used to be the Chun player, who put a mark on being a Chun player last year at Evo. Evo Japan, Capcom Cup. You tell me. I think I know which one, but you tell me which is going to be your.
Which one do you think I feel is?
All right, this is going to be interesting. Oh darn it! Let me see. Is it the Punk one?
Hell no.
Okay.
Although that one is still pretty scary.
Is it Group G with all the guys?
Hell yes, it is,
okay.
Bro. Look, I don't know who Juicy Joe is. I don't care. Okay, you have Kills You. That's already scary. You have Zhao Hai coming off of his win from the esports EWG. Oh my God! So he's in great favor right now. Kaba, and I don't even like Kaba, but his gal's kind of annoying. If it depends which Kaba shows up. If it was the Kaba that can beat Minna and everybody else, that's the scary one. Knuckle-Doo, and Nephew, bro. I don't even want to see either of them lose. But then there's just too many killers. There's too many, and I will say, Group F, that is pretty contendable. That is pretty scary. I don't think I would want to be in any of these pools.
Listen, I don't think I'd ever be able to get to any of these pools. Is the problem.
I mean, if you get to one of them, kudos.
I know, right? Yeah, exactly. So here's the thing. So there are four participants from Super Premier Tournaments, 6 players from Premier Tournaments, 28 players from Super World Warrior regions, and 10 players from the World Warrior regions. So the group stage is going to be March 5th through the 7th. That's 8 groups, as we just saw, of 6 players. Single round robin. All matches are 1st to 2. Ugh. So don't pick your pocket characters. You better be hard tagging. What is it called? Play your
cross tag. You better cross tag your way all the way to the top.
No, what's the word when you have like a pocket character or even like play those matchup. Play the bad matchup for the opponent. You know what I'm saying? So the top 2 players of each group advance to the finals. The group winners advance to the winner's side, and the group runner-up advance to the loser's side.
I don't like that.
I get it because the previous Capcom Cups. No, I get what you're saying because the previous Capcom Cups were like all winners starting, and then they would get sent to losers, and then the losers would go. I guess. I mean, but then remaining players are then eliminated. By the way,
League doesn't do it like that. They go, "Hey, we got time. Play your shit. Yeah. You guys better stay in winners because if you don't want to be in losers. That's for sure." And then usually they do singular brackets. They don't do double limb. So I guess that's different. This kind of feels it's just not one and done, right? So it's not like if you lose in winners, you're out. Which I prefer the tennis style. If you make it through the after group stage, top 16 or 2, 4, 6, 8, top 16, everything is single elimination. That's how I've always liked it because that makes it sucks. Yeah, I get it, but you got to give everybody a chance if you're going to put half in winners and then half in losers.
But I guess they have to keep some sort of semblance or like some sort of I guess resonate it to how the tournament has been. The tournaments of Capcom Cups qualifying matches have been. So
it could be worse. It could be Pokemon players. Okay, that's all I'm gonna say.
Okay.
Yeah. The way they play is terrible.
Yeah. But the finals on March 8th. It will be on March 8th. That is next, I believe, Saturday or not next Saturday. The following, a couple more. They'll be in the first Saturday, the second Saturday of March. All right.
Let me ask you this.
Go on. By the way, the finals are a double elimination bracket. All matches are 1st to 3. Yes.
Okay. Out of every group, give me your 2. We'll do group
every group. Give me your 2.
Yeah, just 2 people that you think will get out, and we'll go back and forth. You do
my
your
favorite.
Group A,
all right. Group A is Phenom, Takamura, Hot Dog, Salvatore, Itabashi, Zangief, and Punk. God, we know all those names. Mm-hmm. I definitely think Itabashi winners, and then that's a good question. I'm thinking Punk losers.
Okay. I think Punk winners, and I'm gonna say something a little weird. I think Hot Dog. Depending, that's definitely. I think Hot Dog coming out losers.
Yeah, no, I mean
he has He has 2 strong characters. He has Bison and DJ that I think you have to take matchups.
But you have to take into account: was he winning when Bison was busted, like the super damage?
No, but he was also remembering how to play Bison because he wasn't playing it for almost a year and a half or so.
Hey, listen, they nerfed Bison's damage, but still he
still has DJ.
Good. Yeah,
still has
that's
DJ.
What I'm saying.
All right,
Group B, Salty Kid, C Anik, NL, Grand Todakai, JB, and Noah. I don't know anybody else in there. I can't necessarily determine, but I think in losers, we're gonna see. Well, JB and Noah played at EW. What was it? The Saudi Arabia match. They played there, I believe, or was it Noah and Lex? I don't know.
I think it was
either
Noah
way.
and Lex.
Either way, there can be. They were also NL was also there too. It's a toss up because I don't know some of these other players. I want Anik to win because he's using Chun-Li. So I'm gonna say in winners, maybe Noah, but I also like JB. I'm just gonna go with losers JB. I'm gonna play it safe.
Yeah, I see. I honestly think NL winners.
Okay.
And I got JB going out of losers. I think
JB
Noah plays a little too wild for group stages. And that's inconsistency to me. If you're going into this playing group stages.
Now, Group C has a lot of players with a lot of different characters. Like these two, Galibel has 6 characters. Jabim
that's what they can fit.
5, right? Like, damn. And all right, so Kakaru's there. Zangief Bolado, who I believe is it Brazilian? Dual Kevin and Tokido. I definitely like Tokido for winners.
What is that character that Kakaru has? No, is that Mai? That's supposed to be Mai.
No, that's Akuma.
Akuma. Okay.
Akuma
I couldn't tell. That was weird looking. Okay.
It's Akuma, JP, and Bison. I really am a fan of Dual Kevin, and I want Dual Kevin to go out and losers, but I think Kakaru Tokido might be a toss up. It might be Kakaru and Tokido anyway, but as Dual Kevin has the opportunity to upset. Okay. Go on.
I think it depends what Dual Kevin shows up. Mm-hmm. I will put him getting out in losers. Actually,
really? Wow! Last year you were telling me that I was crazy
when Dual Kevin shows up, he plays really well. It just when he's not bouncing between his own decisions. I got Dual Kevin going through losers. And I don't have Tokido actually making it out at all. I actually have Kakaru making it out through winners, only because he's been playing a lot of Mai and also Akuma. And I think that's one character we're missing. Plus, he does have like such a strong character pool that he could just show up, and nobody's really played against JP in a long time. I think that's what would send Dual Kevin to losers. I think Tokido would have to deal with Akuma versus Ken, or Bison. They're still really strong characters that outplay Ken most of the time for just damage-wise in general.
But I don't know, man. I've seen Dual Kevin not miss an anti-air when he tries it, and he'll dwell on it the rest of the match.
But that's the thing. It depends what Dual Kevin shows up. Yeah. And I think we're going to get the Dual Kevin that can make it out strongly through losers, the one that beat Daigo, the one that just showed up, right? Granted, it seemed like Daigo just woke up from drinking. Who knows? But I think that Dual Kevin, the one that's confident, the one that showed up to Frosties, that played really well,
the one that shows up with the Daigo book.
Yeah, I think we'll see that. All right, Group D.
Group D: Broski, Bravery, Valbao, Blaz, Idom, and Armperer. God. I think Valbao, I know the name well. I don't remember what characters. Obviously, he plays those characters. Bison, Ed, Cammy,
you see items in there, right?
Blanca. I do see items in there. Okay. The only Manon in the entire thing. But maybe Valbao in winners and Idom in losers, because I don't know the other players.
I'm seeing Idom. Man, dude, Armper is really good. I'm going to say Idom losers, Broski winners.
Okay.
100%. I think Broski has been playing out of his mind every day. So I don't know about a lot of the other players. They could be really, really insanely good too. But I like Broski as winners and Idom losers.
All right. Group E: Mr. Crimson, Diver, Fudo, Limestone, Chris CCH, and Mena RD.
This pool sucks too, the BN.
Yeah. Well, I'm thinking that there will be many upsets. I think Mr. Crimson in winners. Mena in losers. But we're still gonna get a Fudo and Mena rematch. Remember the DJ versus the Blanca, and he kept like sandbagging. Ooh, we have to. It's Group E. I mean, it's a group. They're round robin.
He's 100%.
Oh yeah, he's on Ed.
He plays strictly Ed. So yeah, we'll get the match. I'm going with Fudo out of winners. I don't
Did I say
want
Mena in losers. I meant Fudo in losers. My bad.
Yeah, you said Mr. Crimson.
I said Mr. Crimson in winners.
Yeah,
that's my upset. And Fudo, I want to say Fudo in losers instead.
I see Fudo in winners. And I think I'm going to go with the underdog here. I think Chris CCH, he's been playing pretty well. I've been watching his stuff lately. I can see him making it out of losers as long as he plays super solid.
I would say I agree, but only 2 people can make it out, Meza.
That's so why I'm saying Fudo.
Here's
Chris
what I'm
going
to think.
Man.
I think Chris CCH will put in a dent, a strong enough dent into the group that it will not allow for Mena to make it past.
That's fair. Yeah. That's fair.
So
like
Mena, he'll cause for like many matches to be like 2-1, but he still wouldn't be able to qualify because of his losses, and it would also cause for Mena to not be in.
All right. Well, your group now. Your group F. Who you got coming out? Because
this
I don't know, bro. I got Big one Bird, at the top.
I said this earlier. Big Bird, Oil King, Shan, Velorio, Jack, and Just a Kid, and Lashar. I'm thinking Big Bird and winners, and Shan and losers.
Wow. I got Lashar and winners, and I got Big Bird and losers. Wow. Dude, Lashar is considerably the best Ed player right now.
Okay.
Considerably, and when I say he is doing some monstrous stuff, I wouldn't want anybody in this pool to.
All right, yeah. So I'm gonna go Group Guile first. I'm thinking NuckleDu is good, but he's just not. I haven't seen him play a lot of like international yet, but I'm glad he also qualified. So I'm gonna go NuckleDu and losers, and maybe, damn, I don't know who's in winners. Yeah, maybe. Oh, Shanghai. Damn.
Now you see how crazy this was.
Shanghai and winners and do and losers.
Really? Yeah. I'm seeing Nephew and I wanna put him in winners. I wanna put him in winners. The dude's so insane when he plays so well. But NuckleDu's there, so I think Nephew's gonna be in losers. And I actually think Shanghai's gonna be in winners.
Yeah.
Yeah, I kind of got that. So just moving out to NuckleDu, although it depends. Group H.
Group H, I'm thinking is going to get, let me see. So we have Lex, Angry Bird, Soleil, Juninho, Shudo, and Kusanagi. Kusanagi is the one that won the France tournament he used to play as a kid, right? Yeah. I'm thinking Angry Bird winners. No, wait. I don't know. Maybe Angry Bird and winners and Kusanagi. Oh man, but there's Lex too. Man, Kusanagi and losers. Yeah, Kusanagi losers.
Okay.
I don't remember. I hope you were writing down all of my things.
I got them. They're in my brain, bro.
Right,
I got you.
All right.
I got Shudo for winners.
Okay.
Hands down. Shudo for winners. It's a toss up between Angry Bird and Kusanagi. I'm thinking. I think. You know what? Mm-hmm. I'm gonna throw it towards Lex. I think Lex has some of the best Guile that you're gonna get in this pool, and it's scary because he is the only Guile in this pool, and some of these matchups are in his favor. So I'm gonna give it to Lex and losers, Shudo and winners.
I'm curious how many of these players are gonna do the ones that actually have only a single character on their side. Like Big Bird has only Rashid, Shudo has the only person that has just Akuma.
But Akuma's strong. So it doesn't matter, right? You know, it's just like Lex playing Guile. I don't think you need anything else.
And it's funny throughout the entire list. There's only 2 people that have a solo Aki. I see one Kimberly, and that's Salty Kid. That might have in Group B. That might have one. Oh, dude, that might be the one that would like disappoint or what's it called? Upset. So we'll see.
We'll see. I mean. Yeah. Time will tell.
Yeah,
it's gonna be an interesting tournament for sure.
Yeah, I do want to go over a bit of just really quickly the drop off the first place. First place gets $1 million, remember? So that's $1 million. Do you know what second place gets?
900,000.
Well, no, they drop off from 900,000.
I'm just trying to give them numbers. I'm sorry.
It goes the cliff down to second place is $100,000. And then third, 50, fourth, 20,000, fifth and sixth, 10, seventh and eighth, 5,000. And then there's even more for those that didn't place out of the round robin. 9th to 12, 4,000, 3,000, 2,000, 1,000.
I mean, hey, you're making money essentially almost showing up.
You're making your money back for showing up to Japan, basically, right?
Yeah.
So, with that being said, we're going to wrap up the show. However, we did want to end with the question of the week. What move is going to cost Second place, $900,000. What do you believe is going to be the move that costs the $900K? It could be a grab. It could be a crouch jab. It could be a DP. It could be wake up super. It could be a whiff punish. It could also be the move that won the meme of the year, crouch medium kick, Ken's crouch medium kick, which makes no sense, to be honest. But it wasn't the biggest problem. But will it be drive impact? Will it be a drive impact that doesn't absorb all the hits?
Jab, crouch jab. I'm calling it.
So those are not it's not multiple choice. You give us what your meme would be. What would be your potential 900K losing, winning / destroy the defenestration button?
Could you imagine if somebody was like, yes, Sonic Boom, right? Like super hyper specific, like what? And they got it right. I'd be damn, you should have won the 900,000.
Or like it'll be light punch fan. Oh, and then the person actually didn't get to hit the fan, and then they lose off of that 900K.
That would suck.
Yeah, that'd be kind of awful. However, that is going to be it for us today. My name is Static Gorilla. You can catch me on all platforms, and this is Double Tap. By the way, you can catch us on all major platforms where you listen to all major podcasts. Meza, where can they find you, my good friend?
First, you guys can find me on Meza FGC on all platforms. Whether it be Twitter, Twitch, YouTube. Of course, putting out new content starting this week. We're going to be doing some tutorial stuff, whether it be on DFO or just gaming in general, that can kind of get you a little bit more interested or maybe just pique your interest.
Sounds about right. And myself, you can find me on Twitch and on Twitter, X, formerly known as Twitter, whatever we're calling it nowadays. I do not have a blue sky. Just haven't made my way over to there. Maybe it's a cloudy gray skies. I don't know. But terrible jokes. Make sure you go ahead and check our Discord, however, which has all of these places where you can find the question of the week and the polls and give us your answers. You can also check it out on our YouTube channel where you can see our faces there while we have a couple shorts that we've put up throughout the weeks. And besides that, there's also our Blue Sky account, I believe, and also Instagram. We're, again, everywhere. So give us a look up for Double Tap.
I was going to say you could go to doubletap.gg/Discord if you guys want to have a better conversation with us, more personable, more enjoyable, and hey, maybe enter into some of the lobbies that we do from time to time, or even tournaments in the future.
Very much so. Might even be looking to talk to a few of us to see if we can do something with the City of the Wolves beta. So keep a lookout for that. And in the meantime, stay tuned for more information as well. My name again is Static Gorilla.
I'm Meza.
You are Meza, that is correct. And we will catch you guys at the next one. Again, remember, it is every 2 weeks. So we'll be back with another episode, I believe, in about 14 days. Today, this is on the 17th. We'll be back on the 3rd of March. Thank you. Talk to you soon. Bye.
All right. Later, guys.